Baiklah, kita persilakan dua tetamu kita di sebelah kanan saya. Bahasa Melayu dulu, orangnya cantik, dengan bajunya warna purple juga, bersama kita. Yang mulia Madam Jane Kickoff. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Very excited to be here.
Welcome to our Pagi Show.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look great this morning.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Di sebelah saya itu Yang Mulia Cikgu Dayandina Roslina Haji Aliuddin, ya, iaitu selaku Pegawai Program Leader SBFL, Unit Pemantauan dan Pelaksanaan SPM 21 Jabatan Sekolah-Sekolah. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Selamat datang ke Rampai Pagi TV.
Ya, sama-sama kita menerusi Rampai Pagi pada hari ini. Ini akan lebih jelas lagi untuk pelajar-pelajar dan ibu bapa. Mungkin ada yang tertanya-tanya, ada maklumat daripada anak-anak mereka, Bu, Pak, kami ada 21 Magic Moments-nya, tapi dia tahu apa sebenarnya yang dimaksudkan. Jadi di sini akan kita ketahui lebih lanjut. Can you explain to us a little bit about the 21 Magic Moments project?
I'd be delighted to. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, 21 Magic Moments is actually a film project with a written resource that accompanies it.
Alright.
And it's 21 moments within English classrooms where we believe a little bit of magic is happening. In other words, the students are actively engaged in the learning, and the teachers are enjoying themselves, and that combination of student activity and student engagement and teacher enjoyment as well is what makes the learning happen. So what we've done is we've put together 21 separate minutes of 21 different activities in the classroom.
21 minutes?
21 separate minutes, yes.
Meaning 1 minute each?
1 minute each of each activity, yes. And basically what teachers will do is they have a look at the DVD, which is in the resource, and when they see an activity that they think, oh, my students might enjoy doing that, or I would like to do that with my students, or that's something my students need to learn.
They like it.
Then they go to the resource and they have a look at the accompanying written documentation. And what that is an instruction sheet, and the teacher has a look at it, they get to see what materials they need, what preparation they must do, what classes the activity is recommended for, whether they would do it at the beginning or the middle or the end of a lesson, because they're not supposed to be whole lessons. They're supposed to be activities that you incorporate.
How's the student response so far?
Very good, yeah, very good. I think the students, they remember the times, the learning, when they actually get up out of their seats. A lot of these activities show different arrangements in the classroom, the students standing up working in a circle, the students getting up working in pairs, lots of speaking, and of course this is part of the preparation that that students need for life skills.
Can you tell us more about this video?
Oh yes, this is the first magic moment with one of our teachers in Kuala Belait at Perdana Wazir, Tracy Lineberry, organising the students into a conversation circle. And basically we've speeded up this first little bit of the film here.
All right.
And so the students, she's arranged them in two circles, one standing facing inwards and the other circle facing outwards.
Like that?
So that the students are then in pairs.
I see.
Basically, she'll then, once they're all in position, she'll blow her whistle, and that's when they begin having a conversation with the person that they're facing. And you can see these students all engaged
Everybody have
in the
their
conversation.
partner,
Yes, and they all have some prompt questions. So that the questions that they ask don't just require yes or no answers, they actually require that the students try to elicit or try to get a little bit more information from each other. Then she'll blow the whistle and the students move round.
Activity 2.
And this is activity 2. This is another one of our Kuala Belait teachers from Saidina Ali this time, getting her students up and active doing what's called a running dictation. And this is quite a popular approach used with teachers. What's interesting about this particular one, and in the resource I should say there is an appendix that gives all the materials that the teachers use in the lesson. These students are actually relaying from cards that have photographs and speech bubbles on them from another class's lesson. So it's quite interesting for them to work out what the piece of procedural writing was that the students in another lesson were doing. And then at the end of the lesson, they're rearranging all of the speech bubbles and photographs into order. So they're doing a sequencing exercise.
kalau kita
Okay,
perhatikan di
get
sana
back to you shortly.
Okay,
we move on
thank you.
to
Ya. Jadi
Miss
sebagaimana
Dina.
kita perhatikan tadi ya, Puan ya,
Cikgu.
cikgu ya.
Oh.
Jadi seakan-akan bermain nampaknya, memang sungguh mengasihkan ya. Jadi apakah usaha pihak Kementerian Pendidikan untuk mempertingkatkan tahap pengajaran guru dan juga pembelajaran penuntut di negara tadi khususnya Brunei Darussalam ni, Cikgu?
Okey. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Kementerian Pendidikan aktif untuk membuat guru-guru lebih peka dengan teknik-teknik pengajaran yang baru supaya pengajaran dalam classroom lebih efektif. Cara-cara yang telah ataupun pendekatan yang telah dilaksanakan oleh Kementerian Pendidikan ialah dengan mengadakan bengkel-bengkel pembangunan profesionalisme guru-guru yang bukan saja yang generik tapi juga very spesifik untuk mata pelajaran teras. And then juga Kementerian Pendidikan juga telah mengambil langkah-langkah selain daripada bengkel-bengkel secara menyeluruh, ada juga bengkel-bengkel yang dilaksanakan di sekolah yang dipanggil sebagai in-house training supaya guru-guru setiap sekolah itu lebih tahu akan pendekatan-pendekatan yang perlu dilaksanakan dalam classroom mereka.
Ini memang satu pendekatan yang baru ya.
Yeah.
Yang baru dan macam mana dengan sokongan daripada pihak sekolah sendiri pada penuntut-penuntut? Macam mana respon daripada mereka?
Respon daripada sekolah-sekolah, guru-guru, pentadbir sekolah dan komuniti sekolah, alhamdulillah setakat ini very positif, sangat-sangat positif, dan juga respon dari penuntut sangat positif kerana seperti yang kita nampak tadi dari insert video 21 Magic Moments, pendekatan-pendekatan yang dilaksanakan dalam classroom adalah sangat aktif yang membenarkan penuntut untuk berkomunikasi dan untuk berfikir loudly supaya mereka dapat share apapun ada dalam perbincangan untuk mereka lebih faham apa yang diajarkan dalam classroom.
Sebenarnya bila yang diterapkan ya?
This is what we call school-based assessment for learning on a whole, okay? Dan ini telah dilaksanakan ataupun diimplementasikan tahun lepas kepada penuntut-penuntut tahun 7 dan pada tahun ini dilaratkan kepada penuntut-penuntut tahun 8.
Bukan saja student ataupun pelajar dalam tahun 7 tapi juga telah pun dilaratkan kepada mereka yang dalam tahun 8.
Yeah.
Ya, tahniah kita ucapkan kepada Kementerian Pendidikan dengan sokongan daripada CFBT pastinya.
Yes.
Ya. Dan back to Madam Jim. Okay.
Thank you.
Why are there 21 magic moments?
21 magic moments. I suppose we could actually have had 100 magic moments, although that would have been a little bit unwieldy to have produced. But there are so many activities that you can do in the English classroom. What we wanted to do was we wanted to make this a uniquely Bruneian DVD, a film, showing Bruneian students, and we wanted to reflect the initiatives that are going on within the Bruneian education system. And so SPN 21, we have 21 magic moments to celebrate the initiatives in that with active student learning.
So who is involved in this project?
Well, we've done it in Kuala Belait schools, so it's been in Lemut, Paprashida, AAC from Syria, and then the 3 schools, Saidina Ali, that we saw a little bit earlier.
That one in KB also?
That's right, Saidina Ali, Perdana Wazir, and PJN. Abu Bakr, yes. So those schools are the ones, the 5 that have been involved. We've had 8 teachers participate in the lessons where we've conducted the activities, and then we've had 236 students involved. So I think all of them have really taken a pride in showing off what's going on in their English lessons, and sharing their expertise with other schools and students and teachers in Brunei.
Maybe we can see here the video, the next activity, the third activity.
Yes, we certainly can.
Dapat kita saksikan di sini. Kalau tadi ada video telah pun dipaparkan, kalau tadi 1 dan 2 sudah pun kita paparkan, kita dapat kita saksikan lagi yang ketiganya, DVD yang telah pun kita saksikan sebelumnya. Mungkin dapat kita paparkan lagi. Aktiviti, ya, kita saksikan. Inilah dia antara lain. Memang suatu yang menarik seperti mana yang dikatakan oleh Cikgu Dina tadi. Mereka begitu aktif, ya. Cikgu, ya. Ini akan kita saksikan kembali video yang ada. Dan pastinya dengan aktiviti sebegini akan menarik perhatian penonton-penonton. This is the first activity.
Here we go. Yes, this is Zoe Evans in Paprashida in Lamut, teaching students reading with putting emotion into their reading. They're actually reading a passage here, and what they're trying to do is to pause at the correct times and identify the punctuation marks. So you can see that the students are standing up and doing different activities like that. Those 2 boys are actually representing question marks. The 2 girls at the end are representing full stops. We've got some commas. And what it does is it gets the students into the habit of actually looking at the punctuation to help them to be able to read with emotion and with the correct intonation and pauses. And so on.
How about the fourth project, the fourth activity here?
The fourth activity, this is a really interesting one because it's at the heart of SBAFL. It's peer feedback, and we can see some students here. This is also Lamut. Lamut's a school very close to my heart, Paprashida, because I taught there for 2 years. And these students are giving each other peer feedback. And that is feedback to your partner in the classroom and telling them, using a checklist created by the teacher, how they can actually improve their work, because that's at the heart of school-based assessment for learning. It's not just saying, this is your grade, do better, but it's saying, this is what you've got right, this is great, this is what you could improve, and so the student becomes empowered then to be able to change something in their piece of work. And I think this is a fantastic initiative going on in Brunei. So that's what these students are doing. They're giving each other some feedback on a project that they've done on conservation, actually.
It's really full of fun.
I think so, and I think that the dynamics in the classroom change a lot. So sometimes they're standing in a circle, sometimes they're, sitting in pairs, sometimes they're even with their backs to each other having a telephone conversation, and so on. And we have...
Very interesting.
It is. Well, education excites me, you can probably tell I do. I feel quite impassioned by student learning and engagement.
We move on to
kita bersama dengan Cikgu Dina, ya. Kita ingin mengetahui apakah yang dimaksudkan dengan SBAFL dan apa sebetulnya objektifnya.
Okey. SBAFL bererti School Based Assessment for Learning. Ia adalah dicantumkan daripada perkataan School Based Assessment dan Assessment for Learning. School Based Assessment artinya penilaian yang dilaksanakan di dalam sekolah dan dalam bilik darjah, manakala Assessment for Learning adalah penilaian-penilaian yang dilaksanakan untuk menilai tahap pembelajaran penuntut. So, apabila School Based Assessment dan AFL, Assessment for Learning, dicantumkan, ia menjadi kaedah pengajaran dan pembelajaran dalam classroom yang dapat membantu guru-guru untuk mempertingkatkan mutu pengajaran dan juga mutu pembelajaran penuntut-penuntut dengan adanya kepekaan penuntut-penuntut akan tahap pembelajaran mereka. So, SBAFL juga adalah membenarkan penuntut-penuntut untuk to empower, as Madam Jin had said tadi, untuk mengempower penuntut-penuntut akan pelajaran mereka. So they know apa yang diorang pelajari dan diorang tahu di mana kelemahan mereka, dan di mana kelemahan, that's when guru-guru masuk untuk memberi intervention, dan di mana strength mereka, kekuatan mereka, that's when guru-guru memberi dorongan for them to go further up.
Memberikan sokongan kepada mereka, ya.
Yes.
Mungkin mereka tahu kelemahan mereka di sini, akan diperbaiki di sini dengan cara pengajaran beginilah ya. Jadi kenapa sebenarnya kita saksikan tadi dalam video tadi, adakah ianya dilakukan di Kuala Blight saja, bagaimana dengan
daerah-daerah lain?
Okey. SBFL adalah diimplementasikan ke seluruh negara, buat sekolah-sekolah kerajaan dan juga sekolah-sekolah bukan kerajaan dan sekolah-sekolah yang di bawah Jabatan Pengajian Islam. Ini adalah setelah bengkel nasional yang telah dilaksanakan dari tahun 2010, where lebih 1,000 orang guru telah pun dibengkelkan mengenai SBAFL. Dan seperti yang telah dilihat tadi di video mengenai peer assessment yang juga dikenali sebagai penilaian kendiri rakan sebaya, di mana penuntut-penuntut melaksanakan tugasan yang diberi dan kemudian memberi komen kepada kawan-kawannya yang apakah things that sudah dilaksanakan dan what are the things that they feel yang perlu diperbaiki. And then dengan aktiviti peer assessment, ia memberi penuntut-penuntut peluang untuk berfikir dan untuk critical thinking.
Tapi kita lihat di sana juga mereka tidak ada rasa malu.
No.
Itu yang
enjoy ya.
Yes.
Jadi berani orangnya.
Berani. That's why dengan SPM 21 ia mengencourage skill 21st century dan salah satu daripadanya adalah komunikasi. And that is one of the skill yang dicuba untuk Kementerian Pendidikan dan pihak sekolah untuk dinaikkan ataupun diterapkan di kalangan penuntut-penuntut.
Memang suatu yang dipraktikkan akan dilaksanakan bukan hanya di daerah Blight tapi daerah-daerah lain.
Daerah lain mungkin kemudian ya. Peringkat-peringkat.
Sudah dilaksanakan.
Jumlahnya tadi berapa? 200?
Apa?
Mereka yang telah pun dilibatkan.
Lebih 1,000 orang guru.
Lebih 1,000
orang guru telah pun dibengkelkan.
Macam mana dengan mereka mengikuti bengkel tersebut? Berapa lama tempohnya? Macam mana dengan daripada guru ini sendiri?
Okey. Tempoh bengkel guru-guru adalah around 210 jam. 210 jam yang telah dilaksanakan dalam 2 fasa. Dalam fasa yang pertama, ia mengambil masa bagi seorang guru selama 8 hari, pagi sampai petang, and then juga diberi peluang untuk kembali ke classroom untuk melaksanakan apa yang diajar semasa bengkel, dipraktikkan dan kembali ke bengkel untuk memberi refleksi, reflection on implementation dalam classroom.
Peringkat awal memang susah kan?
Yes, it was a struggle, akan tetapi it was a good struggle kerana now dalam tahun 2012 pihak kementerian dapat melihat perubahan-perubahan yang drastik dan juga perubahan-perubahan yang sangat positif.
Baiklah, itulah dia. Dan terakhir sekali pasti yang kita mengetahui dari Madam J ni, how will it be used in this project?
Well, we've actually put one of the Magic Moments folders with the DVD and all the resource pages and instructions. 21.
21. All right.
So we wanted to make it usable for teachers. We know how busy teachers are, so they can watch the DVD, and then in one page we've tried to show them what resources they need, what the materials are, and how they can usefully use this activity, the particular activity they choose. And we've included lots of photographs here as well. There we go. So we've included lots of photographs so that they actually relate very much to the lessons that are shown in the DVD. We're also trying to track the use of this because in English departments, what will happen is that the various teachers in the department will watch this, or they'll watch it together, and then they'll realise, oh, I used to do an activity that was a little bit like that, or I remember an activity that should be in the Magic Moments. And I think teachers sometimes need a little bit of time out just to be able to chat to each other and to share ideas and to, again, you know, inject a little bit of energy and enthusiasm, and also to be able to share the resources, because it can be very time consuming, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I mean, a lot of the time that there are resources in the department. So we hope that teachers will be prompted to try these activities and also to share other activities that they have tried out themselves and wish to share. And this is in the front of the folders. There's a departmental tracking sheet which actually allows departments to track which of the activities work with which particular classes. And so the teachers' names will be written along the top here, and then traffic light cards and symbols. Well, the green means this was a great activity. So here we have the 21 numbers down the side here, and the teacher, if they try number 1, and that worked successfully, and they thought it was great, they can put their sticker there, and they can just write next to it the class that is engaged in that activity, and that will indicate to teachers of other classes in that year group or of that ability that that activity might work with them.
Alright, thank you. Dan pastinya ada harapan daripada cikgu sendiri daripada projek
terakhirnya.
Okey, harapan kami di Kementerian Pendidikan, especially unit pemantauan dan pelaksanaan SPN 21 Jabatan Sekolah ialah untuk melihat perkembangan yang lebih positif dari segi pengajaran guru-guru dan juga pembelajaran penuntut yang akan insya-Allah membawa kepada lebih positif result, iaitu penaik tarafan kualiti pendidikan negara.
Terutama sekali bahasa Inggeris.
Ya, dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Bahasa Inggeris juga. Baiklah, thank you for being with us.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
Glad to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, dan terima kasih kepada
Cikgu Dina
Roslina Haji Alidin.
Waalaikumsalam.
Baiklah, terima kasih kepada penonton juga yang bersama kita menerusi Rampai Pagi pada hari ini. Mudah-mudahan itu akan berikan satu